Hi YouTube, this is Geiger1324. This is just a small collection video. It's just my DS games and some of my cartridge games. I don't own a lot of these because I don't really have a Game Boy anymore. I'll get a Retron 5 soon so I can play some of those. And I have an N64, but I don't have a working controller for it. The controller that came with it was broken, which pissed me off. But these games are getting harder for me to find in the wild. You can buy them on Amazon, but often the prices are just too much, at least in my opinion. I'm not paying like freaking £30 for like Mario 64 or even more when I can get it on the virtual console for maybe like, I don't know, like £10 or how much it is. Turok 2 Seeds of Evil. Turok is a first person shooter. It has a lot of violence in it. I know it has the cerebral bore, which just drills into the dinosaur's head and just demolishes them. I've heard it's actually a pretty fun game. I'm not necessarily really like the N64. I just don't like the controller. I really don't like the controller. I was always PlayStation. Forsaken. I think it's another first-person shooter. I don't know. It's a lot of these. Some of these games here I don't know a lot about because I haven't played them. Pole Position, Formula One racing game. Obviously, like a remake of the original Pole Position. I think on NES, I believe. I think it's NES. Scars or S-Cars. Awesome game. I played it on the PlayStation 1. You play as these cars, but they're named and they're shaped like animals, like rhino, praying mantis. I can't remember the others, but it's an awesome game. Played it on the PlayStation 1, and I want to see what the end was. Sonic the Hedgehog, probably my second favourite Sonic the Hedgehog game. My favourite Sonic the Hedgehog is Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It's what I had. It was the first ever game I played. It's an awesome. I prefer Sonic over Mario, at least retro anyway. Not so much modern Sonic, but I was Sega growing up. Game Boy Color game. Rayman. It's like I guess you could say a toned down version of the Rayman on PlayStation 1. It's not a bad game, but I so much prefer the PlayStation 1 game. So much, probably my favourite. Of course, Super Mario Land. Classic game. I think I played these on the SP, so at least you got some colour out of it. And Mulan. One of my favourite Disney movies. The game is terrible. I couldn't even get past the first screen. It's that bad. Super Mario Ball is actually a little pretty fun pinball game. Actually, with Mario, the graphics are really nice. Really good graphics for a Game Boy. And we have F-Zero, Maximum Velocity. It's really. I haven't really played. I think I might have played a little bit of it. I know it's F-Zero is a really good racing series on Nintendo. Futuristic, Captain Falcon, Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. So I guess you could say an RPG, and then I have another copy of it. But I was confused because the labels were different, so I thought maybe they're different games. But they're not. They're just different labels, so I don't know what's going on here. Oh, I know why. This is a US copy, because it's got the E. Oh yeah. Well, that makes sense. That's a US copy. Excuse me. Mario Super Circuit, awesome, Mario Kart game. Again, this is a US copy, but it works. So I think Game Boy is region 3, I believe. I think they are, because this is, unless these games are just region 3, but Super Circuit, Mario Kart, it's obviously like a similar version to the SNES game, but it's still an awesome game. Played a ton of it back when I was younger. Rayman Hoodlum's Revenge, I think Hoodlum's Revenge. It's not like the other Rayman game. This is more like a isometric view Rayman game. It isn't terrible, but it isn't great. And then we have Power Rangers Dino Thunder. I used to love Power Rangers as a kid. The games I used to play, I can't remember which one it was. I think it might have been Ninja Force or something on Game Boy. It had 2 games in one, and I used to play so much of that. We have 3DS game, Pokemon X. I've been looking forward to playing this, but my brother started a file on it, so that's my file now. I'm gonna delete that when I want to play this, but Sun and Moon just been announced, so I haven't played Pokemon since like Pokemon, I think it was Platinum, I think, but I haven't played a ton of Pokemon. The last one I really played a lot of was Pokemon Emerald, I believe, on Game Boy. This is my mum's game, Professor Layton and the Azran Legacy. I haven't really played a Professor Layton game, so I don't know a lot about it. I know it's a puzzle game and with some good story elements. I know they're quite good. Zubo, I think I had this before. It's like a collecting game where you get these little characters and they fight each other and stuff like that. I can't remember exactly how it was. Theme Park, DS. I got this because... What was that? Dog made a funny noise. I got this because I love playing Roller Coaster Tycoon. You hear that? I think she's dreaming. She's making weird noises. Yeah, Theme Park. Obviously, this is a DS version of the PS2 game. And, I don't know. I haven't played it, so I can't say if it's that good. Then we have Master, all classics. It's got over 100 games in here. Probably a lot of puzzle games, board games. You know, Sudoku, Solitaire. These games are good for people who maybe aren't into gaming. What are you doing, dog? Maybe aren't into games per se, but like to do things like word searches and stuff like that, or just looking for something to play, but on a system. Because my aunt owns a DS and she plays a lot of Match 3 games, so Hotel Giant DS, similar to maybe Theme Park or something like that. You manage a hotel. This is on PC. I have it on PC as well. It reminds me a little bit of The Sims, but it's not made by EA, so it can't be like that. But I haven't played the DS version. I don't know if it's better than the PC version. I doubt it, but I'll give it a go. And My Sims Kingdom. I was a bit disappointed with this version, at least on the DS, because I know the Wii version is a lot better. And I think I played My Sims on the DS and on the Wii, and not bad game series to My Sims, at least the first 2. The newer versions just sort of got into action games and stuff like that and flying. So just a small video today. I will probably be doing a bigger one probably tomorrow if I get an opportunity. I just running low on time because I've got to be somewhere soon. So yeah, it's just my DS games, cartridge games. I do own a few loose DS games, but I think my DS is in my brother's room, I think, and I believe I know I own Star Wars Force Unleashed on DS, and there might be a few other games that I own on DS. Oh, and my Sims 3. I know I own the Sims 3 on DS, which isn't actually a bad game. The DS is a really good system. I've owned like 3 different versions of the DS: the normal fat DS, the light, and I believe the DSi. And I own a 3DS XL now, a red one. It's got a nice Mario case to it. I don't play a lot of DS and handheld gaming anymore. I can play. I'll pick up Game Boy games when I can, because I'm going to get a Retron 5, and the same with cartridge games. At least Sega, NES, Genesis, those sorts of things. N64. I need to get a controller working. I know these games are a bit dirty, but I can clean them up. Yeah, the DS is an awesome system. Has a lot of shovelware similar to the Wii, but you got to remember the DS was originally targeted at young people and people that aren't necessarily into gaming per se, but want to try something that's gaming related but easy to understand and master, because I couldn't give my aunt a Xbox One controller and say play Halo 5. She wouldn't know what to do, but I could give her a DS and say, here you go, play Bejeweled, and she'd know what to do. Similar to the Wii, you give them the Wii controller, say to them, okay, play Cooking Mama, you just do what's on the screen, and they enjoy it. That's why the Wii and the DS go hand in hand, and they're good systems for the time. They're still good systems now. The 3DS has a lot of Japanese RPGs like Bravely Default, Fire Emblem, and just a ton of them. And I'll probably pick them up when I get paid next Monday. We're going to buy a ton of stuff online as well, so I'm going to hopefully pick up some more DS games, possibly Pokemon Typing Adventure, which is like Typing of the Dead. Come with a special keyboard for the 3DS, because my mum said she'd be interested in that, even though not necessarily a Pokemon fan, but it's just a game because she does a lot of typing at work, so it's just be interesting to see that. So yeah, small collection video today, nothing great here. Obviously my best game here would probably be Pokemon X and Sonic. Yeah, classic. I'm glad I got this game, but it was $2.99 when I bought it, which may be a bit too much, but that's about the going rate online. Cheaper online, but obviously you have to pay shipping as well. But then when I went back into the shop next week, they had it in the box, so I'm like, oh, you'll get it. So, but I'm not going for a full box collection of Sega games. I prefer a box over a loose copy any day, but if I own the game, I'm really not entitled to buy a box, at least for older games, at least for now. When I get my own place and all that, I'll probably start worrying about that. But yeah, so this is just a small video, DS and cartridge games. My next one will be PS1. There'll be a lot more games on the PS1, because I'll have a pretty good I'll show you a pretty good deal I got on PS1. I got about over 20 games for £20, and one of the games in that set was already worth it. So thanks for watching, take care, please like, subscribe, and that's it.